I told you one AI tool can create an entire YouTube script in seconds. Another can generate realistic videos from text, and one
When we get in there, I want no bullshit. You stay on my six at all times.
If you're a student, creator, freelancer, or just someone who wants to save time, these tools could save you hours every single week. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which AI tool is best for research, writing, presentations, and even video creation. And trust me, number one feels like something straight out of science fiction. Let's get into it. Most people still search the internet the same way they did 10 years ago. You open Google, type in a question, click one website, then another. Before you know it, you've got 15 tabs open, half of them filled with ads, and you've spent 20 minutes just trying to find one simple answer. That's exactly why Perplexity AI has become one of my favorite AI tools this year. Instead of acting like a traditional search engine, Perplexity works more like an AI research assistant. You ask it a question in plain English, and instead of giving you a list of blue links, it gives you a complete answer backed by sources you can actually verify. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to ask it, what are the best laptops for university students in 2026 under $800? Watch how quickly it starts thinking. Instead of forcing me to compare 10 different websites, it summarizes everything into one easy-to-read answer. It compares the laptops, explains why each one is recommended, highlights the pros and cons, and even includes links to the original sources. That alone can save you a huge amount of time, but let's push it a little further. Instead of asking a simple question, I'm going to give Perplexity something that would normally take a lot of research. Compare GPT 5.5, Claude 4, Gemini 3, and Grok 4 for coding, research, and content creation. Present the results in a comparison table with sources. Now watch what happens. Within seconds, Perplexity starts pulling information from multiple trusted sources and organizes everything into a clean, easy-to-read comparison table. Instead of spending half an hour opening different articles and trying to compare these AI models yourself, it brings everything together in one place. You can instantly see where each model excels, whether it's coding, deep research, creative writing, or everyday productivity. But what really makes this impressive is that every claim is backed by sources, so if I want to verify any piece of information or dive deeper into a specific model, I can simply click the source instead of searching for it all over again. And if I need more details, I don't have to start a new search. I can just ask a follow-up question, and Perplexity continues the conversation while keeping all the previous context. That's the kind of workflow that can easily turn a 30-minute research session into just a few minutes. If you've been anywhere on the internet over the last few years, you've definitely heard of ChatGPT. But here's the funny thing. Most people are using it completely wrong. They open ChatGPT, ask one basic question, get an answer, then close the tab. That's like buying a smartphone just to use the calculator. ChatGPT has become one of the most powerful productivity tools available today, and once you know how to use it properly, it can genuinely save you hours every single week. Let me show you a few examples. Imagine you're a YouTuber like me. Instead of staring at a blank page wondering what video to make next, I can simply type, "Give me 20 viral YouTube video ideas about AI tools that people are searching for in 2026. Within seconds, ChatGPT gives me a full list of ideas, not just random topics, but titles, angles, and concepts I can actually build videos around. But it doesn't stop there. Let's say I've already picked a topic. Now I ask it, write a YouTube script that's engaging, conversational, and optimized for audience retention.
Just like that, I have a solid first draft. Now, obviously, I wouldn't upload it exactly as it is. I like adding my own personality and editing it to match my style, but instead of spending 3 hours starting from scratch, I'm now working from something that's already 80% done. That's a huge time saver. Let's try something different. Maybe you're a student. Ask ChatGPT to explain photosynthesis in simple English, solve a difficult maths problem step by step, summarize a long article, or even help you prepare for an upcoming exam. It's like having a tutor that's available 24 hours a day. Or maybe you're learning to code. Instead of spending an hour trying to figure out why your program isn't working, you can paste the code into ChatGPT and ask it to explain exactly what's wrong. It doesn't just fix the error, it teaches you why the error happened in the first place. And that's one of the biggest reasons people love using it. It helps you learn while getting the job done. But here's the feature I probably use the most: brainstorming. Whenever I run out of ideas for thumbnails, video titles, business projects, or even content strategies, ChatGPT helps me think from different angles. Sometimes all you need is one good idea to unlock 10 more. Now, is ChatGPT perfect? Not really. Sometimes it can confidently give you incorrect information, especially if you're asking about very recent news or events. That's why it's always a good idea to double-check important facts using trusted sources, or even combine it with a research tool like Perplexity. When you use both together, they're an incredibly powerful combination. For me, ChatGPT isn't replacing creativity, it's removing the boring parts of the creative process so I can spend more time making better content.
Creating presentations is one of those tasks that almost nobody enjoys. Whether you're a student preparing for a class presentation, an employee getting ready for a meeting, or an entrepreneur pitching an idea, the process is usually the same. You open PowerPoint or Google Slides, spend ages choosing a template, think of section titles, find images, adjust fonts, move text boxes around, and before you know it, you've spent 2 hours on something that was supposed to take 30 minutes. That's where Gamma AI completely changes the game. Instead of building your presentation slide by slide, Gamma lets you start with a simple prompt. Let me show you. I'm going to type, "Create a professional presentation about the future of artificial intelligence in healthcare. Include real-world applications, current challenges, future trends, and a conclusion." Now watch this. Within seconds, Gamma doesn't just give me an outline. It creates an entire presentation. The title page is already designed. Each section has its own slides. The content is organized logically. Relevant visuals are added automatically. Even the layout looks polished enough to present immediately. And the best part? Everything is editable. If I don't like a section, I can rewrite it with AI. If I want to add another slide, Gamma generates one in seconds. I can change the theme, update the images, shorten the text, or even ask the AI to make the presentation more professional or easier to understand. This is incredibly useful for students who have assignments due, professionals preparing for meetings, or content creators who need presentation-style videos. Instead of spending hours designing slides from scratch, you can focus on improving your ideas while Gamma handles the design work. Of course, it's not perfect. For highly technical presentations or projects that require very specific branding, you'll probably want to make a few manual edits before presenting. But even then, Gamma gives you an amazing starting point that saves a huge amount of time. For me, it's not about replacing PowerPoint completely. It's about skipping the boring setup process and getting straight to the part that actually matters, sharing your ideas. Now, if you thought generating an entire presentation in seconds was impressive, the final tool on this list takes things to a whole new level. Instead of generating text or slides, it generates realistic videos from nothing more than a sentence. Let's take a look at Google VO. Now, this next tool honestly feels like something straight out of a sci-fi movie.
If you've ever wanted to create cinematic videos but didn't have a camera, actors, or expensive editing software, this is where Google VO comes in. I've actually used VO myself to create AI-generated videos, and I have to admit, the results genuinely impressed me.
When we get in there, I want no bullshit. You stay on my 6 at all times.
Stay sharp, these fuckers are nasty and dangerous. Stay alert! What the hell happened here? Where are the bodies?
This entire clip you're seeing on the screen wasn't filmed with a camera. It was generated entirely by AI from a text prompt. No actors, no filming, no drone shots, just a prompt describing the scene. That's honestly crazy when you think about it. Now, I should mention that I'm using the free version, so I don't have access to every feature or the highest generation limits. But even with those limitations, the quality is still incredibly impressive. Imagine what creators can do with the full version.
And those are 5 AI tools that are saving people hours of work every single day. Whether you're a student, a creator, a developer, or just someone who wants to get more done, there's probably at least one tool on this list that can completely change the way you work.